What's up, everyone? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Newage Max, and this is Newage's take on Cosmos. And I really like this. So I reviewed a couple different Cosmoses, or the plural of Cosmoses. I reviewed a couple Cosmos figures a year or so ago. I believe I had one from X Transbots and one from Fans Toys, I want to say. I never got around to get to handling the Ocular Max one, but I will. And I thought they were both pretty good for, Masterpiece skill. But this figure, it ticks all the same boxes, and it's this little legend scale guy, and that's just something that's super cool to me. By the way, it's also once again strange to me. So here's the New Age box here, and that's definitely the DX9 Optimus Prime, and there's the DX9 Snarl, and back there's the DX9 Grimlock. Like I think that New Age is in some way affiliated with DX9, but I'm not sure exactly how. So I don't know. Whatevs. So anyhow, so this is their this is definitely not Cosmos. It looks a little like Cosmos, but I'm sure it's something completely different. He's a good little figure. Cosmos, of course, was one of the minibots back in the G1 days, so he's going to be a fairly short figure. Here he is next to the New Age Flipper, their Bumblebee. You can see he's a little bit shorter than that. And here he is next to DX9 Dutch, their Optimus Prime. So he's about the height that, a minibot would be compared to, somebody like Optimus Prime. In terms of accessories, all he comes with is vehicle mode accessories, so we'll show that off in a little bit in vehicle mode. Before I get any further, I do need to say I did buy this from Agabus. Agabus was freaking amazing. I ordered this on Agabus and they shipped it out like the same day, and it got here within just a couple days. And I know that the actual shipping process on the U.S. Postal Service is not something they have control over. Maybe just the stars aligned for me or whatnot. But I ordered it and I had it in my hand before. I ordered it in the second half of the week and I had it in my hand before the end of the week. It took 2 days to get it to me, and that was super cool. So definitely big thumbs up for Agabus. Go check them out, agabus.com for sure. But anyhow, let's look at articulation on this guy. His head is on a little ball joint. It doesn't give him much range around like this, but you can spin his head just fine. His arms are on a little ball joint. I mean, there's a little transformation pivot in there as well. His arms are on a little ball joint. They'll go out that much. Go around all the way. His elbow is on a ball joint. We've got a lot of ball joints. His elbow's on a ball joint. He'll bend 90 degrees and also pivot at that, because as Jabba used to say, every ball joint can be a swivel. And then he's got a swivel here at his wrist that allows his wrist to swivel about. He's got a waist swivel, which is swanky, especially if you move this little butt flap out of the way. You've got unimpeded rotation. His legs go, so his legs are kind of chunky here. They will go forward all the way. You got to kind of push them. This corner here wants to collide with his hip just a bit, but it will go forward all the way. It will go back that much because the construction, the proportions of this leg are such that you can move it forward all the way, but you can't move it back. So back that much, forward all the way. His leg will go out for a full Van Damme. Ball joint at the knee goes for about 90 degrees of bend, plus a rotation there. There's a ball joint at the ankle, which allows for some tiltage. A little bit of up and down rotation. Of course, it'll go down all the way due to transformation, but and a pivot here. So fair degree of posability. And I mean, Cosmos was kind of the fat kid demographic back in the 80s when it was cool to have a fat kid demographic. And so he's not exactly, a super athletic, going to get some crazy kung fu poses out of him anyhow kind of a character. So I think that it works quite well for him. But he's got these little fists. He does not come with any weapons to hold in them, but they will hold, any of these standard little minicon sized weapons that these little these little, guys have been coming with. So there's that. So to get him transformed up, his transformation is actually really cool. So first thing we want to do is grab the front of his chest here and pull on it till these little tabs come undone. And then you're going to take this whole part here and flip it around. And then push on these little tabs here. That'll push those out. We'll bring this butt flap up. And then you're going to take his arms and kind of extend them out like this. So you've got his arms like kind of together, facing out. That will allow you to move this part, because if you've got his arms down, they're going to hook over this part of the shell. So you got to put his arms together and up. That will allow you to spread these back out, except now we're going to rotate this at the base of this hinge right here, like that. And now we're going to take his waist and turn it around. There's this little doohickey here on his dick plate. We're going to take that and bend that down. Flip his toes down like so. Peg his feet together. And now we're going to take this whole shell area here. It's on this ball joint here, right? We're going to flip that around at that ball joint. And then we're going to put this back down to where it was. So these tabs are going to go back into those slots. We're going to bring these shoulder sections in like this. We're not going to move that. Put this in like that so that this tab fits into that slot. And then you've got these little tabs here on the feet. They're going to fit into these little slots right here. There you go. And then this little panel just fits into place. There's a couple little tabs. And yeah, everything looks really good. It's just about as good as one of those Masterpiece ones, except I think it was the X-Transbots had like the panels that filled in these little corners here. But I mean, that's a minor thing to overlook. And there he is in his little UFO mode. Well, let's take these and flip these up like that. There he is in his little UFO mode. It's super cute. It's very, very true to the character. It looks great. He's got some nice yellow, blue, silver paint apps here. A little bit of yellow there. Some dark gray back here. In terms of his accessories, this is the only thing that he comes with is just some clear alien abduction parts. You take this part here and you plug it in. There's 4 little pegs on it. You can plug any preferred 2 pegs into those 2 holes. And then you can plug this into there, and that allows you to have a little bit of alien abduction, and then this one here stacks up to allow you to have a higher amount of alien abduction. So you can abduct, cows or people or whatever you want to abduct. Yes, I dropped it. But yeah, so there is the Um, New Age. That's the one. I just forgot that for just a second. This is a Newage Max, and he is really great, and I absolutely recommend him. He's been really fun to play with. This is one of the ones that I've just like had in my pocket as I'm spending time around and just taking pictures and play with I went and watched a movie the other day, and I had this guy in my pocket, and I just sat there kind of transforming him back and forth throughout the whole movie. And it's just a fun little figure. I like it a lot. So go ahead and swing on by to Agabus and check out if they've got it out. And thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.